potty blue is. And before we went in the ring, I try not to look at the other horses, but I did. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a nationals class. Like, everybody was so good. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not gonna like even get a top 5. Like, and then anyway, I went in and I was riding really small because I was so intimidated. And my coach was like, you better get riding on the rail. And I was like, okay. And then I just rode, and he was amazing. Like, we were just like, I didn't even know I was riding. Like, you know, you're just like in that zone. And then we went unanimous. Check-in. Yeah, it was really special.
Lori.
I don't know.
The best ride. It doesn't even have to be under the show ring. The best ride, the best, the thing that's most memorable.
I mean, I think the whole process that came together for me and Perry to show and go top 10 in Tulsa in the select country in 2020 or 2021 was pretty cool because I had never shown saddle seat before. And then just started bought a saddle seat horse without ever having ridden it. That horse was being obnoxious, right? With no plan and no clue what I was doing. And then Josh was like, you need to go see Ashton. We did a whole summer of that, and then Ashley was like on the live feed watching the classes because there were 50 horses in the class. So
50?
Yeah, so we did 3 rounds of cuts. So every cut, Ashley was like on the live feed, and she's like, okay, we gotta do this, and we gotta change this, we gotta like. So yeah, and that was actually my first U.S. national top 10 as an adult. So that was pretty cool. It was my first class ever showing saddle sheet. So
You, Jen.
Best horse, best ride. Saturday I rode to Hari. It was fun. My best ride is always the last one I just had.
yeah.
Doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing. Probably from a show perspective, Vanessa's first ride on Mickey was just like, I couldn't believe it. And I remember, like, we put her up and she was up there, and she is such a gamer. And I was thinking, oh my God, this is I bought health insurance.
Where were you, Jen?
We are at Michigan. We had never I had never done anything like that in my whole life. And it was just like, and the people were so nice. And I remember being at the rail. I think Ron said, are you going to go? Someone said, are you going to go in the stands? I said, no. And I was filming and watching, and like the thing, and Ron put his arm around me, he goes, so mama. And she did great. Yeah.
Mel.
Probably not Western New York when we came back and made it through the class. Didn't get kicked out of the class.
I know exactly my last junior exhibitor year. I actually, like a month before Louisville, ended up switching horses with my mom. I ended up showing a horse at the gated pleasure class at Louisville that I didn't know too well, and my trainer had 2 other horses in the ring that were much nicer than the mare that I was on. And we skinned by our teeth, qualified, got 8, came back in the championship, and there were like 16 horses in the class, and we ended up getting 3rd. I mean, I was not expected like to do very. We were sure I was gonna go. I was like, just go in and go have fun. My trainer was totally focused on our other 2 riders. They had big, expensive like horses. My horse was not 100% square, and so she was a little bit like, stay on the rail, like don't go into the middle. And I was like, and this horse I was on was like rock solid, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go have fun. So I was like, I'm ripping around the middle, and my trainer's like, you're not. What are you doing? And then we got that 3rd, and I was like, not like I was like, me. And they called my name. I was like, is that my number? So that was like just like an awesome show. Yeah.
What did the trainer say?
Yeah, she was like,
What?
Nikki.
No, so in feeling wise, it was probably one of my worst rides, but it was the first time I ever showed on silver.
just going out there, like that feeling of like I'm ready, and bust out there. I mean, it's over busting. I felt like I was busting out there. But just that feeling of like going out there and having fun, and honestly, I didn't even care that I couldn't get them to try. It was just such a good feeling. It was like, it felt so good. And like just to do something new and be a part of something. So yeah, that was probably like the best feeling. And that was just last year. So yeah.
Oh, no, well, it was my ribbon on Cassie at Louisville. I think that was, I brought her from a 2-year-old right through. Well, that was very cool for me. Because everything she is was you.
Yeah, it's going pretty cool.
That one gives good emotions.
Yeah.
I think my most exciting ride was the first time I showed Drew. And the intention was for Ashley to have something really stellar in her last junior year. But he hadn't been in the ring, and he'd been fine harness. We got him when he was 4, and he was fine harness. So when I first got him, Scott bought him, and all this pressure, and I couldn't get him to canter because he'd been told not to for so long, right? Can't do that in harness. And I remember I was away for work, and I was fretting on the plane, and I came home and I just let him out. We went the back fields, and I just let him go because like he had to think that was, yeah, I knew that in August we were going to the X, and I was scared skinny, but and he got in the ring and he just did his job. Just did his job. I don't even remember what I got. I think I got a 3rd, which was as good as a 1st. I was smiling like I was smiling on Cassie.
Yeah.
This is going to be all right, and he's going to be great. And he was great. He was great. So, yeah, they leave this footprint on your life. Like, they all do, right? They all leave their mark.
Oh yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought you were going on about 2 horses there, and I was not allowed to do 1. Well, I started the game.
Started and finished.
There's like no rules.